Are you a basketball player that moves like this in the weight room? No coordination, no balance, poor technique? You might want to take the next 5 minutes to watch this video as I give you one major variable to implement into your training that will completely transform your workouts. Not only that, you'll actually see carryovers from the weight room to the basketball court. What's up guys, Mike with Colville Hoopstrong here. I'm glad you stuck around past the intro. Obviously if you did, you probably saw me doing those exercises and you're like, wow, like that's incorrect, that's how I look. I don't want to look like that. I want to find out what's going on, what I need to be doing in the weight room so that I can be seeing the most benefit of from my workouts and having that transfer to the basketball court. One thing you also might want to consider too is this is going to help reduce your chances of hurting yourself in the weight room, because despite your best efforts in the weight room, if you end up hurting yourself, you're not able to display your talents out on the basketball court, and that doesn't help you at all. Now you're here because you want to figure out how you can get the most from your training sessions, get stronger, and have that transfer to the court. The one way that you can make sure that that happens is by implementing what are called tempos into your lifts that you incorporate into your training routine. By implementing slower eccentrics, or the lowering phase, what you're teaching your muscles and tendons to do is absorb energy and redirect that explosively in the concentric portion of the movement. The second way is the isometric phase. We're going to recruit a lot more muscle fibers in this phase, and what's going to happen here is we're going to let gravity take over. We're going to rapidly accelerate towards the ground. We're going to stop the load. We're going to hold it, and we're going to redirect it, shoot it right back up explosively. This is going to be the second phase of how we make you stronger in the weight room and have that carry over to the basketball court. Alright, first lift we got here is a goblet squat. This is from the vertical jump video last week. If you guys watched that, notice I got ribs on top of pelvis. Before I go down, I'm letting the knees go forward. You can't see my heels right now, but they are flat, and I'm pushing through the ground as fast as I can, hard as I can, exploding up, and then controlling that for 5 seconds on the way down. Same lift, different phase. Going really fast on the way down, stick that bottom, explode up on the way up. It's going to be really crucial for all the lifts that you do that you're exploding up as fast as you can so you can see that transfer to the court. On to the next lift, another one from the vertical jump video last week, rear foot elevated split squat. We're going ribs over the pelvis, you see the knee translating forward. And the intent on the way up is to blow that weight up as fast as you possibly can. That's where you're going to see all the transfer go to the basketball court. You see the ribs drop there as I exhale. It sets my ribs over my pelvis. Make sure I'm stressing the muscles that I want to be stressing as I move through this. One point of emphasis is the setup. With your trail leg up on the bench, make sure that you don't have that trail leg too far away from the middle of your body. It's a very common error. Right back at you with the rear foot elevated split squat. Now the phase is different, so we're doing an isometric here. So we're doing a quick drop, stopping ourselves from crashing to the floor, pushing hard through the ground, exploding on the way back up to starting position. Again, make sure that trail leg is not out of position. Another thing to note, make sure that the heel that's on the ground when you go down stays flat. You do not want the heel popping up off the floor. One important note that doesn't actually have to do with the lift itself, but notice how I get set up on the bench press. That's going to be the safest way that you can do it. You kind of rock back and catapult it off your knees to get set up. Don't start from the bottom. Incline bench press, we're going 5 seconds on the way down, exploding on the way back up. Another important note is with the technique is make sure dumbbells are stacked over the wrist stacked over elbows. Here we go into the isometric phase. So we're going to be pausing for 3 seconds at the bottom, although on the first rep, I'm not sure what I'm doing, still playing with the eccentric phase that we just went over. One of the important notes with the isometric phase though, we're going to quick drop, hold bottom, explode up. When I'm at the bottom, I'm not passively holding that position. I'm actively resisting the weight from dropping down. Here we got the eccentric phase of the 2-point dumbbell. The setup though, notice when I was getting set up, I pushed my butt back. almost like I was doing an RDL, if you're familiar with that exercise.
You should feel a little bit of a stretch through your hamstrings on the down leg when you get sit up properly. Pulling the weight up fast, controlling it for 5 seconds on the way down. You should feel your upper back muscles and the triceps, so the back of your arm. Now we're doing the isometric phase. Quick pull, hold for 3, go back down. Really fast moving.
If you enjoyed the content of this video, please click the subscribe button below. Give it a thumbs up. Share with as many hoopers as you can. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you next week.